Hi, I'm Dele Olawanle of Dele and Co. Solicitors. Contact us for advice and representation and advocacy in all areas of immigration law. We take your case from the onset until the conclusion of the case. We provide a one-stop service and we provide advice and representation and advocacy.
Dele & Co. Solicitors. We're friendly, professional and cost-effective. A one-stop shop for immigration affairs as we take your case from the onset and represent you in court if necessary. Located at 659 Green Lanes, Haringey, London, N80QY. We're only 4 minutes walk from the Turnpike Lane tube station on the Piccadilly line. Call 0208 880 9393. That's 0208 880 9393 for more information.
Dele and Co. Solicitors. Legal advice you can rely on. Hello viewers, welcome to today's edition of the Legal Panorama. My name is Dele Olawanle, the principal solicitor at Dele and Co. Solicitors. This program is to educate immigrants and citizens alike on their immigration rights, duties, and obligations. I decided to do this program years ago. If I tell you my story, you will know that I have a right to do a program like this. I came into the United Kingdom in 1990 and got married to my wife, a British citizen, in 1992, and I applied to the Home Office for the right to stay in the United Kingdom. And they refused my application and they made me to be reporting at the police stations. I did this for 8 years. After reporting for 7 years, I went to report on a particular Sunday and they took me and they arrested me and they took me to Tottenham police station where I was detained for 4 days, and then they took me to Gatwick airport to be deported, and the court intervened, granted an injunction, and then, but yet I was not released. I was taken into a detention center where I spent close to 5 weeks. And when I got into detention, I saw a lot of suffering. I saw a lot of people who were in detention from many countries. It's just like being in heaven or being in hell. I saw a lot of people from many countries around the world. Saw Asians, I saw West Indians, I saw Africans, I saw people from Eastern Europe, because at that time many of them were not in the European Union. They didn't have the right to be here. A lot of people from Iran, a lot of people from Iraq, and the Middle East. And I talked to them because I like chatting. I started talking to them, and I discovered that a lot of them did not even know why they were in detention. A lot of them did not know anything called immigration law. They were lured into the UK by people who took advantage of them, took money from them and put them at the back of a lorry to United Kingdom and started treating them like slaves until they disappeared and ran into the hand of the immigration authority. Some people paid lawyers to make applications for them, and they did not make the applications. They thought they had an application until they were arrested, and they discovered that there was nothing in there for them. A lot of people took advice from their friends at their place of work, their cleaning job, their security jobs, whatever job at a place of work, and they decided that, this is what you have to do, this is what you have to do. Some literally walked to the Home Office after overstaying in the United Kingdom for many years, and then they were arrested. So I made up my mind that if I am released, I will do a program like this to educate immigrants, to not break the law, and how to regularize their stay, what they can do to be legal in the United Kingdom. And for the past 11 years, I've been doing this program every day. I've done it on Revelation TV. I've done it on Ben TV. I've done it on Believe TV, and now on Faith TV. Because Legal Panorama has become a brand, thousands and thousands of people have been helped legally through the legal process by making sure that we act in their best interest. What we do at Dele and Co. Solicitors is that we are a one-stop firm. We take your case from the onset, from legal advice. If you have to make an application, we help you to make the application. We make representation on your behalf. And also, when it comes to appeal, I'm a hugely experienced as advocate. I have argued in almost all courts in the United Kingdom up to Scotland when it comes to immigration law, whether you are in Manchester, whether you are in Leicester, whether you are in Birmingham, whether you are in Stoke-on-Trent, whether you are in London, it doesn't matter. Wherever the courts are, Newcastle, I have been there, and in most cases, I am the one that argues the case in this office, and then it gives you what I can call a solid backing by someone who understood your case, who know the facts of the case, someone that you have been relating to, that you feel comfortable with in court. So that is how we do it. So if you have an appeal, for instance, I am the one that will argue it. What I've seen over the years is that a lot of people have been afraid to come forward to regularize their stay, being scared of the fact that if they go to lawyers, maybe they will be arrested by the immigration authority. Far from it. It is not. It doesn't work like that. Immigration lawyers are independent of the Home Office. For instance, I don't work for the Home Office. I'm an independent solicitor. I can act for anyone that comes to me without any fear or favor, provided you are not asking us to commit a criminal offense. And now, then, it is very, very important for everyone under the authority of my voice, people watching this telecast, to know that you cannot run forever. First of all, it is important, if you are an immigrant, if you are an overstayer, if you are an illegal entrant, none of these people are being encouraged to come into the UK illegally because you are breaking the law or to overstay. Who are illegal entrants? Illegal immigrants are people that came into the United Kingdom without getting a visa, or they came in with an identity that doesn't belong to them. And why you are an illegal entrant is that if the immigration officers at the port of entry had known that you are not the person you claim to be, they wouldn't have allowed you to come into the country. So that's an illegal entrant, someone that did not get official permission to come in. And also, an illegal entrant could be someone that came in with a different intention. In the way you broke the law, you deceived them in coming into the country. Overstayers are people who once had visa. Maybe you came as a visitor on the entrepreneur route, or as a student, whatever category, or as a spouse, and your leave expired without you renewing, extending your leave, you become an overstayer. Both of these groups are related. They are cousins. I call them cousins because they are committing the same offense. That if the immigration authority comes in contact with them, they will be arrested, they will be detained, and they'll be liable to removal. So if you are in this category, it is very, very important to get legal advice. Go and see a lawyer. Ask for an advice. Look, this is how I came in. I came in this way, I came in that way. Then you can be advised that, oh, this is what you have to do. Another thing is that why it is very good to get legal advice is that if you get legal advice early, you will be able to prepare your case. Now, I have seen people who lived in the United Kingdom for 17 years, and they shredded all their official documents. They worked, they destroyed the pay slips, they destroyed the P45, they destroyed the P60s. They lived at several addresses. The moment they move from one address to the other, they shred the documents. Only a madman destroys his or her evidence, his evidence, and only a mad woman destroys her evidence. Now, what happens is that to prove to the Home Office that you have lived in the United Kingdom for many years, whether you are an illegal entrant, whether you are an overstay, you need documentary evidence. You cannot say, I swear to God, I have been here for 17 years. You need to swear to your documents. You need to show your documents. So what documents am I talking about? If you had ever worked, pay slips, P60s, letters from your employers, P45, evidence of certificates obtained from trainings, and any qualification you have obtained in the process, utility bills, bank statements, and things like that. Anything that you are engaged, that you obtain as a result of living in the United Kingdom. It could be a letter from your church, a letter from your GP, your medical evidence, the school documents of your children, their red book, everything. Don't shred it. Maybe the good news card of your children, or if you have any, and things like that. You put them together. That is how you prove that you have been living in the United Kingdom on a continuous basis for, if you're an illegal entrant, if you're an overstayer, 20 years. You need to have documents for each year. There must be no gaps unless it can be proven through other documents that you have lived there on a continuous basis. So therefore, it is very important, get legal advice, and where the lawyer will tell you that don't destroy your documents, don't destroy your evidence. When you move from one house to another, one address to the other, you take those documents with you. I dealt with a pathetic case recently of a particular client that had lived in this country for 19 years. Believe me, she did not have a single document. When she got to my office with her fiance, and I said, what documents do you have? The fiance was the one that responded. She shredded it. So stop destroying your documents. That is your evidence to prove to the authority at the right time that you have lived there. So that is important. Also, when you get legal advice, you will be able to know how strong or weak your case is. A lawyer will be able to assess your situation. He'll be able to ask you questions. When did you arrive in the UK? How long have you been here? What have you done? Do you have a criminal record? Have you worked? Do you have relatives in the UK? Or do you have health problems? Things like that. Have you studied? Do you have properties? Do you understand? You will be advised. Then, having gathered those information, having looked at the number of the years, then you will be told, well, that, oh, you can make an application now. Oh, no, you can make an application later. But these are the things you need to get. And it is there that you'll be told whether you need to go and get your medical history and things like that. So it is very, very important to get legal advice. Another thing that will happen when you go and get legal advice also is you will know the cost of making the application. And these days, they are quite expensive. For example, look at a family trying to apply for leave to remain. A family of 5, leave to remain for 2.5 years will cost you £811 currently per applicant, plus an immigration health surcharge of £500. That is 1,311 times 5. That is a lot of money. So if you go to see a lawyer, they will be able to say, well, this is the cost. This is how much the Home Office application fee is going to cost you, so you can start saving towards it. And then the lawyer will be able to tell you his immigration fee. And you can add everything together and you can plan how you are going to regularize your stay. So that is why it is important to get legal advice. Don't shy away from it. Also, when you want to get legal advice, there is a consultation fee to be paid. It is important to pay that so that you don't pay more later. Because if you go and make an application without getting legal advice, you may lose a lot of money, a lot of resources. So don't be penny wise, pound foolish. Get legal advice so that you can prepare, you can do evidence gathering, funds gathering. If you want to get letter support or support from relatives and friends and your church and your mosque, you get everything together, and then you can make your application. It is very important. I see a lot of clients who come to me after making applications elsewhere saying that they were not advised on this. The question I ask them is, did you obtain legal advice first, or you just made an application? In some cases, they made the wrong application. In some cases, they made a premature application. But if you had gone from legal advice, and one thing with us is we are very honest, we'll tell you whether you have a case or you don't have a case, because we have nothing to gain by asking you to go and make a premature application against your will. It is not everyone that comes that will say, well, you have to make an application. No, it doesn't work like that. We tell you, come back this time. This is when you can make an application that has a chance of success. So get legal advice. If you have your husband or your wife or your brother or your sister or your friends or your uncle, tell them to get proper legal advice. It is very, very important. Another thing that I have seen is a culture of fear. Culture of fear, in that people are afraid of coming forward. I said it earlier and I'm repeating it because it's a big problem, in that if you are hiding, you cannot hide forever. If the Home Office arrests you before you make an application, then it becomes very serious. Your human rights argument becomes very weak. And then they will say, well, you have no respect for the immigration law, and that if you had not been arrested, you wouldn't have come forward. So don't allow them to arrest you before you make an application. In most cases, those human rights, those applications are certified. A lot of people are making mistakes by making multiple applications, in that you make an application and the application is refused. And then because you have the money, you quickly put money together again and make another application. The fact that an application was refused in the past does not mean it will not be refused, it will not be allowed in the future. It is a system. It is a system of rules and regulations and laws. Now, for example, someone that was single when the application was refused in the past could be married now and have children. The children could be, maybe children have reached the age of 7, and then they come within the immigration rule, or the children are British citizens, of which they don't even have to reach 2 months before you make an application that has the prospect of success. So the fact that an application was refused in the past does not mean that is the end of the road, that you cannot make a successful application in the future. So also, you need to get legal advice on that. I saw a man recently who had 3 children, and they're all British. And because his application was refused 14 years ago, he was just suffering. I said, wow, you should have gotten legal advice. He said he thought there was nothing he could do about his situation. Don't be like that. Get legal advice. See what you can do about it. I always say, advocate legal advice, that it is important to get legal advice to know where you stand when it comes to rules and regulations, and whether you can regularize your stay, whether you can make a fresh application. It is very, very important. Also, I want to give a word of caution. The word of caution I want to give here is to abstain from criminality. Anything to do with criminal activities, like driving without insurance, like driving a car without MOT or a road tax. Now they can see everything online. A policeman is following you. He already knows, do you have a driving license? Do you have to drive? Because anything you do now will affect your application. Whether it is an application that is already pending, it can be refused on the basis that you committed a criminal offense. Whether it's a fresh application that is going to be made, you will have to declare on the application form that whether you have a criminal record or you have been convicted of a criminal offense. Now, why jeopardize your application? So don't sell drugs, don't stab people, don't don't drink and drive if you have the right to drive. And you have to understand that this is a system that has been built over thousands of years ago and has become a home to everybody, including myself and yourself. So therefore, do everything to abide by the law. Do everything to make sure that you obey the law of the land. And if Britain is your home, don't set it on fire. I have tried to set out the common things that happen with immigrants in this particular edition. So I'll call it General Advice on Immigration Law. General Advice on Immigration Law. It's a general advice without really talking specifically on what application you can make, which I will do in the next edition of this program. But if you want to be seen for legal advice, call the number on the screen. Book an appointment to see us. And in most cases, people say, well, they want to see that man on television. Where I'm not invisible. When they give you an appointment, that means you will be able to see me. And I look forward to welcoming you to Dele & Co. Solicitors. We give legal advice that you can rely on. And I've been doing this program for the past 11 years. We are consistent every day on TV for the past 11 years without fail. We must be doing something right. So I look forward to seeing you. If you want to see us, book an appointment, call the number on the screen. It is the best place to be. Follow us on social media, on Facebook, on Twitter. Visit our website, book an appointment. I look forward to welcoming you to Dele & Co. So it's 659 Green Lanes, London, NH 0QY. I want to say to you, Legal Panorama is the best program to watch. Tell your friends about it. It has become a brand and a source, a resource center for people who are facing immigration challenges. Thousands have been helped. You could be the next star on the block.
Thank you for tuning into The Legal Panorama, presented by Dele Olawanle of Dele & Co. Solicitors. Talk to Dele & Co. Solicitors. We can professionally help you in the following areas: obtaining and/or extending your visa, asylum, humanitarian protection and discretionary leave, application for overstayers, immigration and asylum appeals, judicial review at the High Court, Tier 1 to 5 under the point system, including post-study work, fiancé visas, settlement applications, indefinite leave to remain, ILR, neutralisation, citizenship, entry clearance and appeal against visa refusals abroad, reconsideration of visa refusals abroad. In addition, we do other areas of law like family, traffic offences, employment, civil and criminal litigation and advocacy. If you need legal advice, call Dele & Co. Solicitors now on 0208 880 9393 or visit our website www.delsolicitors.co.uk. Dele & Co. Solicitors, legal advice you can rely on.
From one of the best authors, Dele Olawanle, comes 5 empowering new books.
Hello, friends. I'm Dele Olawanle. If there's any word I have for you today, it is simple. Read to lead. Read to lead. Readers are leaders. Over the years, I've written several books that have changed and transformed lives beyond their widest imagination. My first book, Discover Your Purpose, is simply saying that if you discover who you are, all hell will break loose. You'll be able to fulfill your destiny. And the second book says, prayer is not the answer. Now, as a pastor, some of you know me as a pastor, some of you know me as a lawyer, but a lot of people are praying without a corresponding action on their part. And if you only pray without playing your part, failure is guaranteed. Prayer is not the answer. It's to challenge you to pray and to work hard and to become an influencer of generations. The third book, Add Value, is saying to you simply that, look, if you add value to your life, there is no barrier to success. Now, people come to me from over 52 countries to instruct me as a lawyer. Why? Because I added value to my life. Irrespective of your gender, your color, your nationality, your ethnic origin, if you have what people want, when you add value, they will come to you, they will patronize you. And the fourth book says, if you have everything and you don't have good character, all hell will break loose. Denied by character also will change your life. The latest blockbuster, forwarded by Pastor Kumoyi of Deeper Life, is saying to you that, look, there are patterns to failure, there are patterns to success. So if you break the pattern of failure in this book, breaking the pattern of failure, your life will be transformed, and then you will be a winner. I want you to understand that revelation liberates, knowledge delivers. Go on and make it, and I'll see you at the top.
All these books available as Kindle edition or paperback and are available at Amazon, Waterstones, and all other good bookstores. Visit online at PastorDele.com, or you can call 07535 659 032. 5 empowering new books by Dele Olawanle. Get your copy today.